Oh boy, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. This one here was something that was in Friday's blog post where it said, earn Sentinel Transcendence Orbs from Omega Assault and then open them up to rack up Omega Sentinel character shards. No, that just didn't happen. This was in the blog post on Friday, so that is not good at all. I did get a message here on Twitch chat from Pathfinder. It says about the orb issue is being discussed in the main Discord as well. It is being discussed. We don't have a direct time right now. So Scopely does know about it, and they're going to hopefully come up with a solution and tell us. I mean, I have no idea, but this is a pretty glaring oversight. The other thing that was kind of wonky in the blog post on Friday was that there was supposed to be an event for in-game Thanos orbs, and they just didn't do it. And it got pushed to next month's month-long event for Night Stalker. Speaking of Night Stalkers, you can see all three of the characters in game that are coming, and then there is also Agatha and Moon Knight rework. So Agatha is monstrous now, absolutely. Also, traditionally she's been Skirmisher. I'm going to try Raider. Moon Knight's in here as well, and normally we've had Skirmish on them. I don't know which one we're going to pick, but more importantly than that, we've got the three new characters coming in the game. My understanding from the rumors that I've heard is that Blade will be the first one. I don't know if that's confirmed or not yet, and a lot of people asking me when Blade is coming to the game. Well, Omega Sentinel came out on Friday, but she's supposed to come out on Monday in, let's say, 10 days. So maybe we'll have offers for Blade as early as middle of next week. We'll have to see. Nothing official, Man-Thing. And then we also have Oath, which is Karen Page, mentored by Morbius. That's amazing, right? One thing I was curious about is Oath is not a Marvel Strike Force original. Maybe there is a tie-in to Oath in the comics. I am not sure. Put down in the comment section if you know. Also, somewhat rather important is that the Ares passive, at the start of any match, enemy characters cannot spawn with safeguard. So this was a part of the awakened passive on Ares, which gives him a similar effect that once was reserved exclusively for Apocalypse. Now this was available with the new battle pass. We got 100 of them a million years ago. I don't know when the early battle passes, and then this most recent battle pass on the third or fourth milestone gave another 100, total 200. So free-to-play players should have access to this, which drastically improves the efficiency, or the effectiveness rather, of Ares inside a Cosmic Crucible. There is a poll on the web store, the website now, and I think Hitmonkey is going to run away with it. I think they just put these two here to give us the illusion that it's a choice, but they knew that it was going to be Hitmonkey. Hitmonkey's kind of running away from it. Now, you want to do this every day for 7 days, because every day that you vote, and whoever you want to vote for is right there. Phantom Rider or Rachel, Cole, Elves, that's fine. 50 energy, 50 power cores every single day. Now, I want to read this. This is from the player voice, and this is just an update on their communication with Scopely, and then I'll give my insights on this as well. Not read this really closely, so this would be the first time I ever read it word for word. In the spirit of ongoing transparency, the Player Council wants to share what we are able from the weekly meetings that transpire with Scopely representatives. Please note, all discussions between Scopely Balance and the Player Council are under NDA, so topics are private and confidential. September 9th, 5th, and 19th meeting from the 9th took place as normal, but the context of the meeting were largely overshadowed by the character release strategy blog at the time. Most of the meeting was catching up on the blog contents just before it went out and discussing character probability concern. More on this shortly. We chose to put our efforts in response on 9/6 rather than recap that meeting. Below are the notes from the most recent meeting on the 19th, Battleworld playtest. The council was able to playtest Battleworld as a group and simulate a partial alliance going through the activities with provided rosters. A lot of work has been put into the game mode, and we spent a great deal of time providing feedback and discussing details of the playtest. We're working on a follow-up conversation with the team at Scopely as well. Now, I did play the Battleworld a little bit myself. I didn't put that much time into it, and I don't have any comments about it now. I'm not even sure what I could say, but we'll see. We'll see, right? Character probability. Data is currently being tabulated for the first 30 days post-release of the Annihilator's team. This gearing up for deeper discussion on farmability, access to new characters, and what the method of acquisition can look like moving forward. We hear the negative feedback about the minimal payouts from the team orbs and continue to express this in our meetings. We are working to steer plans to a more amicable place, and the data will help us to see how things are going. I think the one to focus on is going to be endgame Thanos, because those orbs had the most abysmal rates. It was like 0.23. You could open up 4 orbs and maybe on average get 1 shard. And there was supposed to be a Blitz event happening last weekend, and it was going to have Thanos shards. Nope, that got changed and pushed back. It was in the blog post, and most people overlooked it, and it's going to be next month-long event for Night Stalkers. Terrible. Graphics update. Visuals are being tweaked and updated. We see the impact regularly, but the more important thing to realize is that there is a broader change. Not everyone likes the new look, and there's still bugs and optimizations being tracked down, but in part of a broader tech update. Scopely is invested in this broader tech update. Hopefully we'll start seeing more than visuals in the coming months. We have a lot to catch up and more to discuss in the next meeting. Thank you for bearing with us. Now, I do have 2 calls scheduled with Scopely, but I think the calls that I have scheduled with Scopely are more of the people that build the game, and like the characters and the game modes. And so those people really don't have a lot of anything to do with monetization or direction of the game and farmability and stuff. So I know I have 2 calls scheduled for this week. How is 60 frames per second not an option? And this was removed because of the graphics update. And so there was a post from Pathfinder. Recent decision to disable 60 FPS was made to address the potential overheating concerns caused by this most recent update. That's the graphics update, right? While the risk was low, player comfort and device safety is the utmost important to us. Our team is actively working on a solution to re-enable 60 FPS as soon as possible, in this priority. We hear and understand your frustration. Truly enjoy making your Marvel characters you love come to life. Wow. Thank you for your patience while we devote time and effort to resolve this issue. I don't ever remember Pathfinder talking like this before. I think these responses are pre-done and then given to him and he posts them. It's just fun. It just made me giggle reading this. It's like I just can't see Pathfinder actually saying this himself. It just doesn't sound like him at all. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this was after or before, but I was using my phone to play Marvel Strike Force, and Kat was driving, and I had my plugged into my car, so it was Apple Play and GPS and playing music, and I was trying to play Marvel Strike Force, and my phone was getting hot, and then the graphics went to this stuttering, and the game was unplayable. And I think this was after the disable, after they reduced it from 60 to 30, because it's stuttering and jittering on my phone as we speak today, which is an iPhone. And it's so wild to me that it worked better when I unplugged it. I had to unplug my phone to play Marvel Strike Force. Really wild. Really, really wild. I want a boss fight. And I do too, right? Doesn't that look fun? Cool. So I know why they can't do this, or why they have tech problems with do this. And I think they should do it. It would simply require the characters from having a more basic animation when they do their attacks. So it just shoots a laser in the middle of his chest and that's it. But right now, unfortunately, everything in this game is like this interaction where you punch the character in the face and they look at the punch and they get hit, or Black Cat runs up to you and kicks you in the balls. Well, how would that work with a boss fight? So they would have to basically go in and recode every character in the game and all 3 of their attacks and reconfigure it to a boss fight. And you know what? They should do that. They just should do that. I think it's worth it. Go into every single character, make an attack for ultimate special basic so that you can hit in a boss fight. If you look at the way that animations are done in other games like Raid Shadow Legends or Dragonair was another game I played, they're really simple. No matter what attack you do, the character receiving the damage has the same thing, and the character attacking hits at the same spot. That doesn't work that way in Marvel Strike Force, and that is prohibiting us from having something really cool like this. They just got to do it. It's not impossible for them to do it. It's just They should take the time and spend the resources to do it. Get rid of the milestones from the event page, please. I refuse to believe any dev actually play this game anymore, because anyone even remotely capable of getting rid of meaningless milestone tabs in the event page would have done so already. I don't even understand the logic in including them. It's so wild. And then a red dot will show up and you don't even know where the red dot is, and you have to know which of the events to click in to go into another tab, to get rid of the red dot or to spend the energy. It's ridiculous. I understand they make most decisions, both UI and 9.0 UI, based on consumer spending habits. And that makes me wonder why they have so many events. Is this like a thing for them? Like more clicks equals more spending, therefore they need to have more clicks? I don't really know. And that's why Blitz has thrived in this game. It feels to see how there anything to be gained from unnecessarily clogging up the events page with milestones that link to something that can be found, surprise, surprise, in the milestones tab. What's the plan? Annoy players? There's just way too many events. And events that feed into other events, and events that give points where you spend the currency and you get more points. What's the point of that? You have to go to the web store because you got some points there, and then you spend the currency in the game, and then you get more points in the web store. You have to go back out there and get more, and you're going back and forth. It's ridiculous. Trick players into think they're actually offering content with milestones as events. And then lastly, 98 time heist. So this is brand new, and there was a 95 before. I've never bought these, but it looks like they updated it to have Alpha Flight works for money. It doesn't have Old Man Logan. Superior 6. It's interesting. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Bye for now. Go big or go home. With Whale Harder, nothing's too big to conquer. Now available on Amazon. With Amazon Prime, get fast and free delivery.